Hello traders, welcome to our YouTube tutorial. Today we are going to discuss about breakout and retest. Please watch the video until the end. Right now I have volatility 75, so we are using volatility 75 to show you how you can trade breakout and retest. And there's two ways for breakout and retest. We have breakout on trend and breakout on range market. Remember, we have two ways of breakout and retest strategy. One, we have trend, and the second one, it's on the ranging market. So for now we're gonna discuss about the trend, and to know where the market is heading, or the trend of the market, so that you can enter the retest, you need two things. First, you may use simple moving average, or you may use trend line. So for me, I'm using a trend line to show you how you can trade breakout and retest. So let's start. So as you can see, we have a support here. This support was broken, and I'm calling this a strong level of support because it was tested twice. So this is the first support, then it was tested, so it was tested once, then market came back, it didn't retest for the second time, it broke this level, then dropped, moved the consolidation, and then came back and retest this level. So when we draw our trend line, we find that for a perfect trend line you need to have 2 points. So we need to have point 1 and point 2. So point 3 will come it automatically. You don't need to bother about point 3. Point 3 is where we take our trade. So point 1 and point 2 has to go online, so has to make a nice trend line. Okay, so once we have that, the market will come automatically and retest that level. So once it reaches that level, we need to enter now. So we need to sell this. So selling pressure is coming in now. We need to sell this. How are you gonna enter this trade? There's two ways. You can enter using price action, or you can enter using an indicator. So for our case, we usually use parabola. So I'll go up and insert my parabola. So I'll go insert, and there we go. So this is my parabola. So since I trade parabola as my entry indicator, I have to switch to lower time frame, because this is 4 hours. I need to switch to 1 hour time frame. So I'll just minimize it, and then you see where my entry is. So my entry is here. So this is my entry. If I zoom in, you can see my entry. So I remove this. So this is my entry. So once I have my entry, I need to put stop loss and TP. Now my stop loss will be on this swing high, and my TP will be nearest support or resistance. So in this case will be nearest, since we are selling, we need nearest support. So our nearest support is here. So this is our nearest support. So this is our stop loss, and this our TP here. So I'll go back to 1 hour to 4 hours, so can see it clearly. You can see. So let's check on other setups too that I've highlighted on this demonstration. Okay, so we have this one. Okay, the market, see here, the market is on uptrend. So it broke this level here, broke this level of resistance. Once it broke that level, if I zoom in, find that this is the level that was broken. It came back, retested that level, and then market went back up. So here you need price action to enter, but if you don't have any price action way of entering, you can use MACD, you can use stochastic, you can use any other indicator for entry. Okay, market continue to go up and broke this level of resistance here. Remember, before you plot that level of resistance or support, make sure you have 2 points. You have 2 points. So don't just take 1 point and say, okay, just broke this level, you're gonna retest. No, it has to be a strong level of support or resistance. So a strong level of support or resistance has to have 2 points that have been 1 point has been tested and one other point that has been formed. So point A, I usually call point A, and point B. So we are trading point C. Point C is where the market came back and retest. So once this point now is point C, it retested back, and you can see here we have a nice rejection. See, a nice rejection, and then you enter after the next candle has to close bullish for a buy. Then you buy there. Your stop loss, make sure your stop loss is below this zone, below there. Then your TP, it depends on you. Okay, the same here happened that, so could have taken this, win this, then another opportunity there. So I zoom out to check out. So I'll zoom out and check out other setup too. Okay, so on 1 hour now, we are on 1 hour now. and this is the level that I'm talking about. So this was the trend line before. This was point A, this was point B before we get the point C. So I just mark this as point A, point B, and then point C is one that we are trading. So make sure you have connected nicely point A and point B, and then after that, nice, this is our strong level of support now. So you can see when this level of support here was broken, it came back and retested. And once it retested, we need to see the market going back to the trend line. We need to see the market going back to the trend line. Don't sell immediately. Don't sell immediately it retested, because sometimes the market go back up and hit your stop loss, and then it's going to retest this upper trend line and then drop it immediately. So once that it's retested that level of trend line, you look for candlestick patterns. For this case, let's say for this case there was some rejection here, or you're gonna use you may use a parabola for entry. So you can use parabola for entry. I remove this indicator, then nice, so drop nicely and then came back up, retested again that trend line. So this is another opportunity to sell. You can see the rejection here on trend line, and also on that level of that broken level of support. So it came rejected, came back up. Our stop loss, remember our stop loss is above the swing high, so this will put our stop loss here. Okay, then came almost hitting our stop loss, but it didn't. Then market dropped out 1,000 of pips. So this very nice. Two confirmation, tested on support, tested on it tested the trend line, and also retested this broken support. Very nice. So let's check another one very quick. So we have also, so we have which one? I've just discussed this one. We're gonna discuss this one now. So this one now the same as the other one. So our point A on resistance, so I just point A, point B, point C, it broke down, came back and retested on point D. Okay, that's on resistance. So that's a perfect strong resistance. So on a trend line, we have point A, point B, and point C. Then broke that and came back to point D. Okay, very nice also. So once we have that, so we are looking to sell at this particular area. So this is the area we are looking now to sell. So what are we gonna look for there? We need a rejection, a candlestick pattern, anything that is good. So you can see there is a rejection and a bullish confirmation that came in, bearish confirmation I mean, sorry, and then the market dropped. So your stop loss is above here, your entry is there, and your TP is 1 to 2. We should be around there. Very nice, and still dropped it further. Okay, if you don't want to enter using a candlestick pattern, you may enter using MACD. You can create a nice setting for your MACD for entry. You can also create the parabola. Simple moving average can also be one of your entry, and so far and so forth. So that's how you trade a breakout and retest using trend. And our trend here, confirmation of our trend is period move, is trend line, but you can use simple moving average. You can use 50 to show you your trend, but trend line is more accurate and more precise. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so many setup, such setup. There also another one here. You see point A, point B, breakout, retested, but this time it didn't move to the trend line. And remember, when it does not move to the trend line, there is high chances it's gonna move there. So if you put your stop loss above here, they may come back, hit your stop loss, and then hit the trend line, start dropping back down. So you can see here it failed, came back, retested it again for the second time, and this time you kill the market. Now once you see something like this, retested it twice and retested on the trend line, now kill the market. Now sell heavily. So this is where we sell heavily now. So you sell heavily. Okay, so you sell and then market drop nicely. Okay, and we continue that. You can find that I also have another level of support here. The market broke that level, came back up. You can see it faked people, the retest faked people, then it went back, retested that level again, and then once that coming back down, now probability of selling are high. You can see it fakes. Some people are buying using the trend line, but the overall market was on a downtrend, meaning the market has to drop back down. So tested that level, put your stop loss there, enter when the candle closes below, again below the simple moving below the trend line, and can now say, or if you are using my parabola, and the signal will come in 15 minutes, the signal will come around this area. So you put your stop loss there, and then you put your TP at nearest level of support, or depending on your risk appetite. If you want to risk 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, it's up to you. Okay, so that was another nice setup. So now I want to show you the horizontal one. Now I have to see to 4 hours, then I show you the horizontal breakout and retest. This now is the horizontal breakout and retest. So market was ranging, and then it break this level here, came back, retested, and then went back up. So it retested once, second time, and then went back up. If I zoom in, let's see if there is some candle pattern that can make us enter the trade. Okay, one of the candle pattern was this strong bullish move here, bullish candle here, and then this one there was a nice rejection at this area, so you enter the next candle formation, next bullish candle. This is a strong move, then you enter directly, and then like that. But if you're using parabola, then the signal will come around this area or around this area on 15 minutes. So thank you guys, that's how you trade retest and breakout and retest using horizontal. So this is horizontal and trend. So each of the way you want to trade is still work. Make sure you trade, make sure you plot a very strong level of resistance and a very strong level of support, so that this strategy can work. Ensure you know how to plot trend line. You need to have 2 good points, okay, and wait until the market retest that trend line and also retest that support or retest that resistance, that you'll be confident now of entering the market. So thank you. The next video will be on how to trade using trend line. So show you how to trade using trend line. So make sure you subscribe, follow us, and if you want signal on such setup in the near future, the link on our Telegram group is below the description. You can go there, click it, join. Let's see you next time with a new video. Cheers.